Hi guys, this is Heidi. You're watching a JourneyNow video. And these light codes that we do bring in on JourneyNow and many of the channelers out there that are bringing in these light codings, they are very, very real. And the more that we embrace the knowledge of their realness and allow that, it's like a reprogramming. Um, it's a part of understanding what we are doing when we are undertaking soul expansion, light code into our DNA. And so when we talk about things like expansion from 12D, into 24 and 48 strands, this is a real alignment that is a process of, okay, they don't want me to call it mutation, genetic recalibration is better, they say, because we have a chosen destiny within our genocodes. We had come down here as star beings for this particular reason. And the ones of you that watch this, that's going to be true of you. So they want me to give this out in order to promote and encourage the continuation of that journey, which is our DNA expansion. There's going to be this, they just are saying this because people like to hear it. And there's going to be a whole lot of beings that are present on the plane or the playing field, because they call Earth the playing field for us, that become capable and ready to switch that template. So while we understand fully that we are not presently in our full templates, or we would literally see superheroes flying around. Honestly, you guys, we would be seeing some of these magical things. And so do not expect it to be like magic. It is a process of acclimation. So they're wanting me to really undertake that process more openly for you guys to understand and join that ride, because we're going to start to see some of these incredible things play out. I'm not kidding you. And it's actually happening now all the time. I'm already being directed to, everywhere I go, full disclosures. And it doesn't matter how small they seem. They are all adding up to one valid truth within my soul that understands without doubt. It's like there's almost a certainty growing. And you can get very excited when you tune into this. There is a certainty growing within me that we are upon the change. It's going to start to be like, well, can you deny a visual truth? Because that's mostly what humans are looking for. Visual truth. And that is just a programming that we are reprogramming to understand, to have faith and trust without the manifestation of the proof of visuals quite yet. Well, we have hit a phase within our expansion and ascension points where we are going to step into that point where it's going to look like magic. And I have been told this many times. I've been shown, actually, full disclosure points. So it'd be like within the future, even though it is already had to have occurred for me to associate it even as a futuristic event, for it to be there. It has occurred. We are reaching points now on the planet where this is occurring. We are about to see these divine beings transform. Are you one of them? Is that where you're playing and working right now within the divine coding of your DNA into the divine angelic human template, which is your new avatar? We talk about it all the time, and it's like people accept it Yeah, I get that. But do they? Because it's going to start to be in their face. And it's so wonderful because we're going to see these transformations, transmutations. It's like when you watch all the superhero things. This is because it is a potentiality within your DNA. So an adamantine particle is a God particle from source itself that creates. And at the top levels, this spark, this particle has created everything. And we are trying to allow ourselves in our existing DNA capacities to bring in adamantine particles, godspark, which is allowing the expansion into the higher stranded DNA codes, which is the whole point of ascension. So an adamantine particle is a particle that you can actually intentionally bring on. You can decide, okay, I'm ready for some more adamantine particles, and you can absorb them through your skin in all areas with direct focus. And so sitting in these places, we need to become aware of that work. An adamantine particle holds all potential. All potential. There's no limit because it is a God spark. It has its very identity is limitless potential. So in order for us to reach these levels within our templates, that we do the crossover, that we become those magical beings. So we're talking about genocoding. We're talking about youth coding. We're talking about manifestation of templates of beings that are ourselves at our highest points, at our ideal potentials, becoming reality as we know it. And we've been talking for years about this, and we have accepted it in speaking, but we need to fully commit to faith and trust and really dive in here if we're going to become visual representatives of our missions. So it really is a matter of you zeroing in with focus and direction at these times into your mission. It might appear like you're not receiving your mission or you're not clear, but I promise you, the more you ask, the more you open up that window, which is going to deliver an avenue for that information for yourself to come in. And it really becomes your job to work with your team in that specific region. There's lots of us that is our mission, is to restore these templates. That is what many of us are doing with grids, with the earth, with developing this new matrix system. We have to become focused, aware of our missions to bring in as frontiers, actual material matter-based reality of the new systems, the new grid lines, the new DNA. We have to restore what was real, what is real. And by doing that, we must go to our beginning points of where we unraveled and where we became reprogrammed, repatterned. And you have to continue to climb the mountain. So today's video is really about expressing the adamantine particle so that we can bring it in. An adamantine particle holds all information, all data of your highest potentials. There's no cap. There is no cap. And so the more that you can infuse, it's an infusion, because you're actually recreating your entire systems, your skeletal system, your nervous system, your vascular systems. All of that is being redesigned, and it's not redesigned anew although it is, because we are going to be living experiences now that are supported by new templates. It is a return in the way that it is a return to true self. And it has been done on the earth. I mean, those are the ancient ones. Those are the ones that people etched on cave walls and called star beings. And they painted them with bird wings and they called them angels and they called them whatever they called them relative to where they sat on the earth plane. They were just all the same thing. They were beings that held the codings, worked with them. That was their mission. And they did back then what we're doing now. So that is where we can call it a return to. It's a return to ancient ancestry. It's a return to star lineage. It's a return to acceptance of the fact that we can do that. We can expand using our spiritual newness, our spiritual ways of being that we have been walking in and growing as leaders, because we're going to share. There's going to be an invite to share this real soon. So it's bit by bit, grouping by grouping, and then we follow the ones at the highest points, because we become wanting the way showers advice and guidance. That's why we've been creating these sort of secret communities already on YouTube and these channels, and there's communities already going up. I've noticed some. Have you? Start to look for these things, because once you start looking, you're going to see that we are in full disclosure and we're dipping our toes in. There are actually UFO footages that are being disclosed presently. They have been, but they have been more laughed at and ridiculed because there has not been a mastery of title. So we haven't had what we as a human race before have went to, like the professionals. We haven't had the professionals standing up and honoring and saying yes, validating. Well, that's changing, and we're seeing validity in the UFO spectrums. We're actually seeing videos coming out that are legitimate. And people are going to have a point where they can't say these things aren't legitimate anymore, because with their earth sciences, they're finding them to be legitimate. And some of the beings who haven't been strong before because of fear has been necessary. We haven't been instilled with fear for no reason. It's a safeguard, but we're losing the fear. And the professionals are stepping up to say, wait a minute, that is true. And these things are in full disclosure because they are real. We're going to see a whole lot of that. So keep your eye out. And the video today is really just confirmation. It's to help beings that are watching this, that are going through the journey at the same places as me, or down the road are going to hit this point of their journey. There needs to be people that are explaining these things. So we're here today really to help the ones ready for those crossovers. I hope that I have served some justice to that explanation of adamantine particles. I mean, look them up. Do some work on your own. Seek them out yourself. See what you can find out, because they are very important right now. And we're actually being asked to work with them right now to receive these templates that we've been asking for. We ask. Well, you always receive. You never don't receive what you ask for. It is a matter of aligning to being given it, what we've asked for. So it drops into your lap once you are aligned. Alignment can only happen at pre-designed moments in your blueprints, can only happen at pre-designed understandings within yourself that allow you to come to the 0 point of consciousness and understanding. Leave comments, in the section for comments if you too are sitting kind of where I'm sitting and understanding that we are upon the greatest moments of our lives, of this life, you know, of our earth lives on. We get to actually say, because this is actually a nice fun part too, not everybody gets to say they've lived on the same planet, but in dual existences. Like I lived on 3D Gaia and I lived on 5D Gaia in one carnation. That is amazing and historical for many of our souls. And that's quite frankly why lots of us came. That's why we stood in line and asked for the golden tickets to be human. So I am hoping to do my best in these areas. Let me know if it was helpful. I'm always looking to improve myself. And so I hope you too are always looking to improve you. Love and light. And they say, continue the journey. Warrior on. We are the light warriors. We are the new earth now. We are it now. So love and light, guys. See you guys next time. Feel good, feel love, and feel light. Love you guys.